evening, wherever you are. I'm Yvonne of Amaze Yourself Coaching, and welcome to the Be the CEO of Your Life live show. In this amazing show, we take you through amazing experiences, introduce you to the best entrepreneurs to help you grow your company within less time so that you can amaze yourself. And today we're going to talk about a topic that I know many of you struggle with, at least most of my clients. It is, how can I run my business without the overplanning and with more ease? Because it is definitely possible if you know what to do. And if you know what to do, I'm not talking about that you should plan too much. No, on the contrary, you can do that too. Stay tuned. So how do you run your business with ease without the overplanning? Because a lot of the people I work with, the creative, the rebels, the people that want to do it their way, this is something they majorly struggle with. It's because society tells us we need to plan everything. And if you hate planning, then that doesn't really work. So if you recognize this, if you feel like I don't like planning at all, but I have to run my business, let me know in the chat because I love to hear from you. So how can you do it? Running your business without over planning. Well, to start with, the first thing is, we all know, and especially if you have children, and especially if you have ever caught a plane or what have you, a train, some things need to be done on time. If you're meeting with your clients, you have to be on time. So there are certain elements that you will have to put on your calendar. When you're working with a team, you will have to put it on the calendar. But instead of planning everything and planning your whole calendar full, I suggest that if you want to run your business with ease without the over planning, just plan the essentials. And how can you do that? Well, for example, you could say, all my mornings are for team meetings and for client meetings, but everything else is free. That's like non-negotiable. Or you can say, Tuesday and Thursday are my most busiest days. Those are dedicated to my clients, which is in my instance. And everything else, I determine what I want to do and when I want to do it, because that allows me a greater freedom. It also gives me some solidness because I know Tuesday and Thursday are my client days. All the other days, again, I determine what to do with. So what are your essentials in your business? What are the things that you will have to plan? Think about client meetings, meetings with providers, meetings with your team, travel time, things like that. Put them on the calendar. But if you put something every day, you get already quite quickly that feeling that you feel strangled, that you feel life is too short, that there is too much in your calendar. So choose wisely. And the second thing I want to say is, make sure to have a lot of freedom on your calendar. And what I mean by that? Well, like I already said, I have many clients that are very creative, but I've also got many clients that may not be as creative, but they need a lot of time to think, to ponder, to do nothing, to enjoy life, because that's one of the best things to boost your productivity, to actually have free time. So how do you do that? Well, unfortunately, you will have to block off some time on your calendar. So for example, Wednesdays, Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday morning, for me, I choose which one is free time. It's the time that I do not have to do a thing. I don't have to be on time. I get to choose what I do with that time. The same is for Friday afternoons. So it doesn't really matter when it is, but you have to think about it when you would like your free time, so you can block it off, so not other things can come in, because the tightness, the feeling of over planning often comes when every hour of your day is planned full. So the only way to avoid that is to plan in blocks of free time. Now, something that very often I get asked is, okay, I need to plan certain things. So I plan in my work, I plan in my clients, and then I also plan in my time off. Or I have and so first let me finish this. I plan my time off, but then I don't take the time off because I am doing something else. All of a sudden I decide I need to do something for my client or what have you. So that time off becomes like a buffer to catch up on other work things. And that's a definite no-no. If you're wondering why you feel overwhelmed in your calendar, it's because there is no time off just for you. No time off where you don't have to work, where you just get to enjoy the sun, go for a walk, do nothing, sleep in. You need that. And the only person who can make that work is you. So plan off time, but keep yourself to what you have decided to do with that time. And I'm already smiling because keeping yourself to what you have allocated the time to can feel for many great and for other people's not so great. I am one of those. So if I have a structure that I have to follow every week, I am bored after 1 week. So the second week, something rebellious comes in and I decide, you know what? I thought it was my CEO day. I don't feel like it. I'm not doing it. I'm doing something else, which in principle is nothing wrong with because I run my business my way. But the problem is if I had dedicated time to do my administration, my finances, look at my number, and I'm not taking that time on the allocated time, and I am not doing it at another point in time, it doesn't get done. And if you're like me, you're not a big fan of finances and numbers, then it very easily falls off the wagon because you've got better things to do. So what I always recommend my clients to do is to have certain blocks allocated where they can choose what to do with. So for example, critical for me is and critical for my clients as well is my administration, my finances, to be on top of that, to know what's happening in my business, what's coming in, what's going out. I want to look at that on a weekly basis. The other thing that some of my clients have to do and that take up a lot of their time is social media. And then there is preparation work. So if you already have like 3 of those elements, just make sure you have some time in your calendar allocated to those 3 elements, and you pick and choose whenever you have one of those blocks what you want to do. So you can be rebellious, you can follow your flow, but you still make sure that it's gonna happen. Now, if this is still too structured, I would highly recommend don't plan anything else but the bare essentials. But I have a lot of clients that their calendars fill up so quickly, yet they crave that spontaneity. They crave to be spontaneous. They crave to have time when they want it, which is totally fine, but make sure you locate it in your calendar. And what I mean by that is block it off. So you can't have prospects blocking it, in your online calendar. You can't have people, your team blocking it because it's blocked off. You don't have to take client calls. You can put your computer on focus, so silent mode, so people can't disturb you. Really, really guard your time so you actually really feel that freedom that you so much need. Now, then I want to talk to you finally about one of the things that a lot of the people I work with struggle with. It is, do I do it spontaneously from flow when I feel like it? Or do I do it on a structure, on a schedule, on when I'm supposed to do it? And for example, what am I talking about? I'm talking about writing for your clients in a newsletter, writing on social media to share what you're working on, If you look in general with a lot of the business coaches and a lot of people, they tell you will have to do it every Friday or every Tuesday. You will have to post on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram at this point of time. You will have to see when people are there. So what do you get then? You get people that go like, "Ooh, I'm writing it, I'm putting it on there when it's the perfect time. I'm not feeling it at all. I'm actually gonna hate it because this is not what I want. I just want to write when it comes to me, and I want to share when it comes to me as well." If this is you and you feel that that's the best way to serve your audience, to connect with your community, stick with it, but make it part of your personal branding. And what I mean by that is that if you are more the person that when the inspiration hits, when you feel like this is what I need to do now, do it. But you make it part of your brand. You write the best articles 12 at night and then you want to send out to your whole email list, do it. You have the most amazing insights 6 a.m. in the morning and you want to share it on social media, do it. That's my essence of today. If you want to run a business your way, if you want to run it with ease, if you want to do it without over planning, do it your way. Be unapologetic, be totally you, utterly you, and make it work by planning the essentials, having freedom for everything else, and do what comes to you in the spur of the moment. Then that is your brand. That is what you stand for. And I know that if you do what works best for you, if you show up authentically, unapologetically, completely at ease with yourself and your business will take off like wildfire because people love authenticity. They love to see the real you and they want to work with the real you as well. So don't overplan, run your business with ease. It is definitely possible, although many people don't say it is, but I know, and from experience, I see it again and again. I do it myself. Most of my clients do it, and I'm inviting you to do it as well. If you have any questions for me, please reach out, drop a comment under this video because I'm here for you, and I love nothing better to help you grow your business, to help you work smarter, earn more, and live better. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you again, same time, same place,